Yeah, we'll go with that. All right. Phoebe the jockey. I'm the first person. Wow. Edging out T Gang. What is the world coming to? Oh, it was lagging. So you're Bilbo Laggins. Says Leiti, says Bulaga Tamsak host. Thank you for the Tamsak, sis. Good morning. She says, good morning, guys. T Gang lagging. Oh my goodness. What is the world coming to? Oh my gosh. Well, let's see. Says, sorry. Bro, I hate the lag. Time to upgrade that internet plan. No, don't do that because then your parents will go broke. That stuff's way too expensive. What's going on there, T-Gang? Phoebe the jockey says, what's your name? Sorry. My name is Sisco. This is Sisco International Channel. And I'm just sitting here chopping it up with my peeps whenever my peeps show up. And anyone else that decides to show up, including you, Phoebe the jockey. Are you really a jockey, Phoebe? That's an interesting name. T-Gang says, Kamakura is fixing the internet and cellular data now. Are they? Holy moly. Dirty Stacking Deb in the building says, hi, Cisco. Dirty Stacking Deb, how you been? I just came in from running the streets for Uber and DoorDash, and it's terrible out there. That's all I can say, Deb. Hopefully it's good for you. Ariane Mishra says, hey, Cisco, how are you? I'm good. How are you? Long time no see there, Ariane Mishra. Deb, is it slow for you too? Because it's been really slow this week. Since late, they says, hi, Dirty. Ari Mishra says, you remember me? Yeah, I remember the name. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Phoebe says, I have my own pony called Longwait Water Lily. Wow. That's quite a name. Longwait Water Lily. Nice. Brother Don says, hello. Hello, Brother Don. Or person, shall I say. Dirty Stacking Deb says, I'm hanging in there trying to get my stats up. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's been slow. It's just been really slow. And where I'm at right now, I don't even really care as much about stats. I'm just like, whatever, because it's just so slow. And I'm not even trying to take stuff that I don't want to take. They can just keep giving me these little crappy orders. I'm just going to keep decline. So we'll see what happens. Ari Mishra says, she says, yes, very slow. Okay, yeah, it seems like it's just that way. I guess they were saying because the kids are out of school. R.A. Mishra says, yep, my college exams are going on. That's why I am not active on your live nowadays. Oh, hey, no worries. Yeah, hey, take care of your schooling. Way more important. But thank you for dropping in today. That's awesome. It was good. It's good to see you. Hopefully you can hang out for a little while. Phoebe says her normal name is just Lily. That's her race name. Oh, okay. Sis Eb in the building. Good morning, Sis Eb. She's got the custom emojis popping off. Good morning, sis. Basketball player says, yo. What's up, basketball player? Eb says, good morning. Good morning, sis. How are you? Brother Don says, I think I just ruined my own friendship. Well, you were saying something about that yesterday about your fake friend. So is that really a friendship? It was a fake friend? What are you talking about, Brother Don? Sis Eb says, share. Sis Eb, thank you so much. Thank you for that. Yeah, appreciate that. Says Lete, thank you. Says Eb, thank you for the hearts. Says Yahoo! I can't do it as good as you, sis. Yahoo! I can't do it how you do it. I got to get like the echo sound. If I can get the echo sound, I might challenge you. I may give you a challenge, sis. Ari Mishra says, so you are in Los Angeles right now. I wish I was in Los Angeles right now. No, I am not in Los Angeles right now. I am in Central California. Los Angeles is in Southern California. Dirty Stacking Dab says, fall is good catering here, so I get to go back up on my stats. Yeah, I don't get catering here for some reason. I don't know if it's just the area I'm in or if I'm not on the right. What app are you using for the catering? Is it Uber? Because I don't get any catering orders. I know Hero talks about that all the time, about his catering orders. I never get those, but they sound like they're really good. Stephanie Ray says, can I get mod? Stephanie, if you hang out for a little while and we get to feel your vibe and you got some good energy, here at Sisco International, guys, we got 13 million in the building. We're about positivity. We're about spreading love. We want to make sure that, this is a place that people can come to in YouTube and it's just chill. This channel is not about all the hoorah, blah, blah, talking about this person, getting crazy. I'm not doing weird stunts. I'm not, I'm just a dude sitting in his living room, sometimes in my car, depends on what kind of day it is, but just chilling out, talking with my peeps, talking with you, and just keeping it mellow. So let us get a feel for you, Stephanie, then you can get mine. It's Ice Cream says, you make everyone mod. No, you aren't mod. And neither is Stephanie. Says EB, thank you. Basketball player says, I subbed. Oh, thank you, basketball player. Appreciate you. Stephanie's asking, can she get mod again? I already answered your question. Says EB, thank you so much. Ariane Mishra says, they all took membership. Some blue mark is there. Yeah, so the people that have their names in blue, those are people that are moderators. The people that have the little stars next to their name, like Sis EB, she's a member. If you'd like to become a member, just go to the homepage, or you can, I think there might be something down in the right-hand corner there. You can click join. And I think we have one that's like $1.49 a month. So if you can afford $1.49 a month, we'd love to have you as a member. There's other tiers, higher tiers, but if you got $1.49 you can spare a month, we'd love to have you as a member. Let's see here. Brother Don says, and now my best friend. Brother Don, what do you got going on with yourself? What's happening? EB's laughing. Well, I'm just telling the truth, sis. I'm just telling the truth. Stephanie, you're killing me. Ariane Mitchell says, number one in front of me. What do you mean? Number one in front of me. I don't know what you mean by that. People's messages getting deleted. Stephanie asking for mod. Dirty Stacking Deb says, I miss Cassandra. Have you seen her lately? You know what? She actually came into this live stream yesterday. She was in my live yesterday for a little bit. I miss her too. I really do. I know she's got, stuff going on. She's busy. I'm sure between family stuff and just her professional life, I know she's trying to get a lot of stuff off the ground. She's very busy. But I miss her too. I do. I really do. I hope she can start streaming again. If her success in what she's trying to do means she can't be streaming as often or ever, then I wish her that success. Absolutely. But if she's able to stream and have that success, that would be ideal. So yeah, I miss her too. Basketball player says, my dad is born from, so your dad either lives or is born in San Francisco. That's cool. Yeah, San Francisco's a cool town. Well, city, I should say. It's the city. Oakland's the town. Rohit Bhat says, hello, I'm Rohit from India, and I just came across your live stream, or you seem nice to me, and I feel like, let's have a chat with you, man. Yes, Rohit, hang out. Let's chat, Rohit. Shout out India. Aaron Mishra says, California, wow, what a city, dream city for me. I love some city like New York City, California, Tokyo, Los Angeles. Yeah, so California is a state, right? Los Angeles is a city, Tokyo is a city, New York City is a city, but California is a state. So Los Angeles is a city in California. But yeah, California is the best state in the United States. I'm gonna say that, I don't care who argues with me. California is the best state in the United States. I personally believe California should be its own country. But that's just me. Aaron Mitchell says, can I get mod? Aaron Mitchell, hang out for a little bit. I don't think I've ever seen you here before. And let me get a feel for you. See how your energy feels. and, maybe come to a few live streams and maybe you get them on. Just hang out. But thanks for joining us. Brother Don says, sorry for the swearing, but his dumb A only caring about his GD friends. Wait, where we at here? And leaves me, so he always says me and him play next day. I say, don't give a S and keep myself offline. Well, sometimes you just got to have boundaries. Got to have boundaries sometimes. And sometimes your friends, or people who are supposed to be your friends, they don't really value your friendship as much as you value theirs. So sometimes you got to let people go. But, that's up for you to decide, Brother Don. Dirty Second that says, DoorDash, I get catering only on Platinum. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not even close to that. Sis, I haven't even done my 51st deliveries yet. I've had DoorDash for like, I don't know, 2-3 months now. I haven't even done my 50 deliveries yet. I use it so rarely. That might be my problem. Aaron Mitchell says, I'm very trustworthy. I believe you, totally. But it's not about trustworthiness. It's about vibe. It's about energy. And let's see where you stand in the future. I can never say it. It's Jovi. Darnie and Jovi. Good morning. How are you? Let's see here. Says, make a love shout out to all. Thank you, sis. Make a love shout out to you. Says Lete, thank you. Oh, Lord, we got somebody popping out the bushes. It's Blizzard. Blizzard popping out the bushes with the gift memberships. I just saw it. Hold on, let me scroll down here. What's up, Blizzard? Mr. Bushes. I'm going to call you Mr. Bushes. He says, okay, there we go. So it's, oh, cool. Mad Matt and Tawny TV got one. Lucky Hidden Scratcher got one. I haven't seen them in a while. Vivski Channel, Mamshi Dang, Lullaby, nice. There's our 5, the lucky 5 who have just won free gift memberships courtesy of my brother Blizzard Abroad. Thank you, Blizzard Abroad. Much appreciated. Stay out them bushes, bro. Get out them bushes. Okay, wait, hold on here. Let me go back. Okay. Brother Don says, Stephanie, holy spam. Basketball player says, my dad was born in San Francisco. Got you. Yeah, San Francisco, cool city. Wakana Sato, hello, how are you? She throws a strawberry up there with Miss Jen. Thank you, Wakana Sato. Appreciate you. Says Late, thank you so much. Ari Mishra says, $49 equals about 490 Indian rupees. Oh, okay. Good to know. $49 is about 400, so about 10 to 1. Okay. The last corn dog says, bro's wearing the Temu Gucci shirt. Well, unfortunately, this is not Gucci. And if you were a classier individual, you would know that, last corn dog. This ain't Gucci. Basketball player says, hey, what's up, basketball player? Jovi, thank you for the heart. Stephanie Ray says, dude, don't time out me. I stopped spamming because he told me. Yeah, you're good. You're good, Stephanie. Yeah. I'm a little bit of a slow reader. I'll get to talking and stuff sometimes, and sometimes people start chatting, and I'll get behind. So if I don't see it, just be patient. Let me get there. Something else says, what did you steal from the store today? I think I stole your mom's heart. She keeps following me around. Tell her to leave me alone and go home. My D says 1v1. Yeah, no, I'm good. Last corn dog says, Temu Gucci. And you're still here? You're still here with that last corn dog. Wow. Jovi says, ads here, sir. BG only till the end. Thank you, Jovi. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. R.A. Misha says, your age. Guess my age. Brother Don says, I know about my friend. He's got more friends, but always leaving me and act like OTs at everyday job ain't okay. I don't understand that last part, but like I said, sometimes you gotta set boundaries, Brother Don. You gotta either let somebody know, hey, look, this is how I feel. This is how I'm feeling about how you're treating me. How can we correct it? What can I do? What can you do? We'll just figure it out. A real friend will accept that and will make changes if need be. A fake friend, they won't give a damn. And when they're a fake friend, you just cut them off. Crypto Queen Marie says, hi, I'm new here. Said, hi. Hello, Crypto Queen Marie. Nice to meet you. Welcome to Sisco International live stream. We got 12 million in the building. We got 12 likes. Real quick, guys, if you're new here, like Crypto Queen Marie, if you haven't been here before, or if you just jumped in and you have been here before, make sure you just double tap that screen. Double tap the screen, give us a like. What that does, it helps us get a little further out into the algorithm. And it doesn't cost you nothing. It's free. And if you don't like what I'm saying, you can always take it back. So just double tap and then hang out with us and just see, how if you like our channel, This live stream is just one part of what we do on this channel. We have a whole homepage full of videos and stuff. You can go check that out whenever you get a chance. If you like what you see there, you like the vibe, please subscribe. And everybody else that wants to get mod and all that, just hang out. Hang out. Let us get a feel for you. Let us feel your energy. If you're the kind of person that we want to keep around here in Sisco International, you'll get mod, no problem. All these people with blue names, they're all mods because they're all our people. But thank you, Crypto Queen. Older Queen. We got a couple queens in here. Are you a dad? You look like one. Yes, I'm a dad. I am a dad. Says late day, thank you. Basketball player says, do you play b-ball, so basketball? I have played basketball in my life, yes. I don't play anymore because I'm old and I just, I'll fall apart if I try to play basketball now. Stephanie Ray says, you are tough. Nah, I don't know about that. I used to be tough. Aaron Mishra says, oh, California State. I have seen some reels that they're showing California as city. Thanks for correcting me. Well, there is a city in California called California City, but it's way out in the desert. It's super tiny. It's not anywhere that anybody wants to go, except for the people that live there maybe. But yeah, that's not really a big city at all. But yeah, California is a state. Stephanie says, do you play football? I used to play football. Older Queen says, are you a dad? Yes, I already said I am. Stephanie saying hi. Hello, Stephanie. Says Nolly, says Tomsock 11. Thank you. Says Nolly, appreciate you. Good morning. Says, how are you today? Says Nolly. Stephanie says, what's up with the vibe stuff? Recognize. That's all I can say about it. Recognize. Blizzard, thank you, bro. I just got back to your 5 gift memberships. I'm falling way behind, guys. Brother Don says, Stephanie, don't spam. Just give timeouts. Yeah, exactly. Nolly says, good morning. Thank you, sis. We got the 5 free memberships that Blizzard. Man, Blizzard's the man, guys. Dirty Stacking Dev says, yeah, Blizz, hey. Blizzard with the salute. Thank you, brother. And then he jumps back in the bushes. Older Queen says, are you, again, you keep asking me the same questions. Stephanie says, dang, I didn't get one. Maybe next time, Blizzard says, what up, bro? Just chilling, bro. I went out today. I did a little bit of DoorDash, a little bit of Uber. It's really slow. Like I was telling Deb, it's really slow, man. I don't know if I guess it's just the summer. The veteran dashers and stuff, they keep telling me that, yeah, it's summertime. It's just the way that it is. So it's no big deal. It's just, I haven't had a summer yet of doing this. So it's new to me. It's just weird that like, it just drops off. It's crazy. And I'm grateful. I was just telling Jen, I'm grateful that, I don't rely on this money. A lot of people rely on this money, man. It's not an easy way to make money, in terms of like if you're relying on it. It's not easy because it's very cyclical. That's the hard part of it. It's not like you're out there picking oranges in a field in 110-degree weather, but it's just the fact that the money can just be very up and down. I wouldn't like to have to depend on that. So I'm very thankful that I'm not having to do that. Excuse me. Thank you, says Nolly. My brother Kamal in the building. Salute, brother. Says Nolly with the custom emojis. That's another member right there. Says Nolly. Thank you, sis. And Blizzard too. Miss Jen, he's throwing the hearts up. Yeah, she's in the room right now. She came home from work early. She's got like a headache. She was a little tired. Stephanie Ray says, I won't spam. I'm not spamming. We got you, Stephanie. You're all good. Brother Kamal says, Blizzard. Blizzard shouting out T-Gang. Where's T-Gang? He was here. I don't know where he went. T-Gang, where are you? Older Queen says, Older Queen, really? For real? Says late day, thank you. Says Joanna in the building. Thank you, sis. How are you? All the way from Israel. Thank you, Joanna. My brother Blizz says, Kamal, salute, bro. Joanna says, hello, bro, Cisco, like 12. Says Joanna, thank you for the like. Thank you so much. T-Marsh in the building. He says, stay out of them bushes, Blizz. We can't see you in them bushes, bro. We don't know what you're doing. What's up, T-Marsh? Straight out of Cebu. Nolly Roman says, late the girl channel. Hui, good morning. Joanna says, shout out. Shout out, sis. Or the Queen is asking me the same question over and over again. Avina Sharma says, 55 is his age. Nope, not 55. Let's see here. Older Queen, you're killing me with that. Stephanie says, I'm number 1. All right. Stephanie says, cool. Brother Don says, Stephanie, don't act like nothing happened. I just started spamming just like 5-10 minutes ago. It's okay, Brother Don, relax. Did you gift another 5, Blizzard? What the heck is going on here, man? Whoa, I didn't even see that. Okay, so Samra T says Vin Diesel. Nah, not me. Reggie Guyon got one. Uninvited allegedly got one. Kuya Days, Philippines. Mason Day. and Jeremy B. All of them received a gift membership from Mr. Blizzard Abroad. Again, thank you, Blizzard. You got to quit now. Put the phone down, bro. Put the phone down. Person says, Blizzard. Yeah, man. Blizzard's something else, man. That man's something else, guys. Blizzard says, T Mars, what's up, brother? Wakana Sato with the custom emojis and the hearts. Thank you, Wakana Sato. Appreciate you. Stephanie says, wait, I'm getting a haircut. I'm doing a buzz cut. What guard should I do? 4 guard, 8 guard, or 16 guard? I'm getting a haircut today. Get 0. Get a 0. T Marsh says, I missed your live stream yesterday, man. Yeah, I'm very disappointed in you, T Marsh. So basically what that means is you got to send like $100 super chat now. No, really, you don't have to, bro. It's all good. T Marsh's like, fuck that shit. I can just hear you, bro. It's okay. I can hear you from here. Liminal Space says, broke. I'm sorry. We would help you, but nobody here knows anything about your situation. Go ahead and explain it to us. Are you having problems or what? Says EB, thank you. Thank you so much. She's throwing up Miss Jen. Late the girl, thank you. Brother Don says lagging. Oh, we lagging? It doesn't feel like we're lagging. BC Momsy, hello, good morning. She says, hi, host. Hello, BC Momsy, how are you? Blizzard says, T-Marsh, no problem. It was a good one, but Cal streamed too. Oh, okay, you were talking to Blizzard. Okay, my bad. I thought you were talking to me. Yeah, no, we did it. We had a good one ready. You know what? It was one of those ones that I wish we had an opportunity to like maybe have a couple people on either side. I'm sure Blizzard would co-sign this too. It would be cool to have a couple people on both sides. The people who were kind of like leaning towards or pro, what's his name, dipshit's name? People that were leaning towards his side and other people who weren't, and have a discussion about that. That would have been nice because I think everybody that was in there that I could tell was pretty much understand that Andrew Tate's just garbage. So yeah, it would have been an interesting conversation, but it was cool. Basketball player says, my dad is yo. I don't know what that means. Ben So Official Vlogs Reaction says, hi, what's up, Ben? BC Momsy says, mega love, shout out, host. Thank you, BC Momsy. Big Russ in the building says, greetings, Earthlings, all the way from Venus. Big Russ in the building. He beamed down just for this live stream, guys. Is that special or what, man? You know you got a good community when you got people beaming in from other planets and things. Come on now. Big Russ in the building. BC Mommy says, Tom Sock host, thank you, sis. We got 15 million in the building. We got 18 likes, 16 million in the building now. Guys, real quick, like I said earlier, if you just came in, if this is your first time being here, thank you, appreciate you. I'm just here chopping it up with people. You see, I'm just reading the comments, responding to all my peeps, all the new people that come in. If you got questions, if you have something to say, please feel free. If you can avoid being a troll, please do that, because all you're doing is telling on yourself and telling us how sad and lonely you are. It's okay to be sad and lonely. We got you. Just come in here and be cool, be positive, and okay. You thought the trolls got me, huh? No, they didn't get me. So like I said, if you just are cool and you just hang out, you got a positive vibe about yourself, we're here for you. Don't come with the negativity though, because we'll just smack the hell out of you. All right, let me see. Where were we? Blah, blah, blah. Big Russ is here. We got you. Blizzard saying, Russ, salute. I was telling BC Mosey, thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you, sis. But yeah, guys, if you can, just double tap your screen. Double tap your screen, hit that like button. Help us out. Help us get further out in the YouTube verse. We're just a small channel. We're trying to grow. We're trying to build so we can just, be a part of, our community. Our community basically is about positivity. Our community is basically about, helping other small channels and helping other people in general. Positive energy, kindness, love. That's what our channel is pretty much focused on right now. We do have a trip coming up at the end of the year, going to the Philippines. We're going to be helping out a whole school full of children with supplies, with some food, with some things that the school might need. And that's what we're gonna be doing with our money that we're making here on YouTube. So if you're interested in any of that, if any of that sounds cool to you, hang out for a little while, get a feel for us, maybe subscribe, check out our videos. I'm sure you'll be cool and like us. T Mar says, I wait for your stream, but why do you always stream the same day as him? I know. It's a popular time, probably, is what it is. BC Momsy, thank you for the hearts. Big Russ says, how's it, Blizz? Late the girl, thank you. Says, morning, sis Momsy. Joy Vlog says, like 17, Joy Vlog. Good morning, host. Thank you. Thank you, Joy Vlog. Appreciate you. Good morning. Stephanie says, oh, no bueno. Okay. Brother Don says, I'm going to go to sleep. You should. You should sleep on it. I've been giving that advice, Brother Don. People should go to sleep. Take a nap. If you're going through some trouble, if you're having trouble figuring something out, or you're just stressed, you're feeling anxiety, if you can go to sleep, go to sleep. That is the best thing for you. A lot of times people can't go to sleep. But if you can go to sleep, go to sleep. It'll be great for you. Jeroy Vlog says, good morning, everyone, and everything. All right. Thank you, Jeroy Vlog. See, that's the positivity right there. Hold on a second. I think I forgot to add you as a moderator already. All right. There we go. Stephanie says, 16, soy bueno. You're good? Is that what you said? Sis Nolly, thank you. Blizzard says, T. Marsh, I have my set days, Wednesday and Friday. Cal streams whenever he wants. I used to move them around or go later, but I can't. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to schedule your stuff around other people. And I mean, you know, Cal attracts a lot of people to his channel. People that probably would otherwise be over to Blizzard's channel. So, you know, it's kind of hard, but Blizzard's going to keep growing. Blizzard's going to keep growing. He's going to keep expanding. And pretty soon he's going to dominate YouTube. Guaranteed, guys. And if he doesn't, something's wrong with y'all. Says Nolly, thank you. Eugene Villanueva says, good morning. Cisco International, like it's done. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. It says, hi, hello, Eugene. Thank you. Sending support and love. Hey, thank you. Thank you for the support and the love. Right back at you, Eugene. Thank you so much. T. Mar says, my super chat would they don't take pesos. They won't send they won't let you send, like, 50 pesos, 20 pesos. Shoot. No, we're good, T. Marsh. No, we're plenty good, brother. Aaronelli says, who would you rather be stuck on an island with? A hungry Jeffrey Dahmer or an angry Mike Tyson? I'll take an angry Mike Tyson any day. Well, that's not even what kind of question is that? That's not even who the hell is going to take a hungry Jeffrey Dahmer? Come on now. Angry Mike Tyson will mellow out. There is no more angry Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's a nice guy now. Eugene says, hi, what's up, Eugene? Blizzard says, T. Marsh, but I got nothing but love for Big Bro Cal. Oh, yeah, it's all love, bro. And that's the thing with Cal, he says it. He says it. He doesn't spend time editing his videos. He doesn't, worry about if his hair looks good. Well, he don't have hair, but, he doesn't do makeup and shit. Cal's very minimalistic. What you see is what you get. So he goes in, and I believe him. He goes in and does like his videos in like one take. Dogs will be barking, fires will be erupting, volcanoes exploding. He still does it one take, and he's done. So when he feels like doing it, he just does it, and he earned that. So yeah, that's all good. Stephanie says, have you learned my vibe? Maybe I can get mod. Stephanie, it's only been, 20, 30 minutes you've been here. You've only said like two things. Can I get a mod? And have I got a good vibe yet? Just chill, Stephanie. Just relax. Blue Fire Edit says, how you look so strong and big? I blame it on my mama. Eugene says, shouty also to T. Marsh. Says Nolly, thank you. My brother Kamal says, Russ, hello. Eugene's throwing up the heart hands. Thank you, Eugene. Much appreciated. T. Marsh says, it's all good, Blizz. Russ says, how's it going, Kamal? Jalvi with the hearts, thank you. Moni's Cuisine, hello. Thank you for the heart. T. Marsh says, that's what's up, Cisco. For real, bro. Moni's Cuisine, thank you. Good morning. Jacob Oy has a message retract. Okay. My brother Kamal says, Russ, a cool day in Boston. Ooh, that sounds good. Man, are you eating some seafood? When I think of like Boston, I think of like chowder, like seafood. Are you eating some good food right now, Kamal? He says, Russ, how's life? Anthony, he was like, hello, Sir Cisco. Good morning. Good morning, sis. How are you? D Bankin Bagchi says, choose the option. This is a lot. Okay, listen. Be the devil to save the person you love, or be the hero and sacrifice your loved ones for the greater good. That's too vague of a question. I need you to get more specific on that one. Says Late, thank you. Blizzard says, come on, how much rain fell up there? D-Bank is saying the same thing again. T-Mar says, get you some, then you'll be able to sleep. Whoa, wait, who? Who, Brother Don? I don't know Brother Don's personal life. I ain't even going to get into Brother Don's personal life. Anthony says, big like Sir Cisco, Yahoo! Good morning, everyone. Nice to meet you guys. And a big laugh. Thank you, sis. Thank you, sis. Much appreciated. Good morning. I'm glad you have all the energy today. D-Bank saying some more of the same stuff. Late the girl, thank you for the waves. Eugene, thank you. My brother Thunder's in the building. He says, hey, Cisco, I figured I'd stop by and say, hey, what's up, Thunder? How you doing? You get that face paint yet? We're waiting on that. Blizzard says he probably would make you feel bad about super chatting him like he does to me. Bro, first of all, okay, if you feel bad, that's on you. I can't make you feel anything. That's one of the things we talk about all the time here at Cisco International. Nobody can make you feel any kind of way. You feel how you feel, first of all. Second of all, we appreciate the heck out of you, man. We appreciate the heck out of you. It's just, unless you hit the lottery, bro, I don't want you to put yourself in a position where, and you know your situation better than I do. I hate the question, but I always have to add that in here, bro. I always have to add it in when I tell people, we love any donations people send our way, the super chats, the gift memberships, the buy me a coffee, however you want to do it. If people want to donate, we appreciate it. Again, all of the money, all the proceeds, guys, if we got 11 million in the building. If you don't know this, I've said it many, many, many times, all of the proceeds from our YouTube channel, the super chats, the memberships, the buy me a coffee, everything, all the money that we get from this YouTube channel, we are going to make sure that money gets donated to children in the Philippines this December when we go to the Philippines. So that's where this money is going. This doesn't go into our pocket. We're good. We don't need money from YouTube at all. We're good. Now, if there was millions of dollars on the plate, maybe I would change my tune, but there's not, guys. But there is a good amount that we can take, and we can make some big changes, positive changes to a lot of kids and adults, frankly, that are in that community, that we're going to be, helping them out. So we appreciate anything anybody can give. That being said, I also have to say to everyone, do not spend more money than you are willing to lose. Do not, R2 sent a star. Thank you, R2. Do not put yourself in a bad situation financially to help us out, because there's no need for that. We're trying to help people that are in bad situations get out of bad situations. We don't want anybody going into a bad situation. But like I said, Blizzard, you know your situation better than me, bro. I will continue to accept your assistance as long as you want to give it, brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, bro. Fatima Alhuti says, you Mexico. No, I'm not in Mexico. I'm America. Witch Umbrella Under Pressure says, tuxedos are sick. Mango is good. Official jerseys are stupid and fishy. If y'all agree with that, go ahead and respond to that one. Blizzard's laughing. Says Late, thank you. She's laughing now. T-Mar says, Late is on my bucket list of islands I want to visit. Says Late's from there. She's from there. I think she is in Indonesia or Singapore right now, I want to say. Big Russ says, it's going okay, come on, thanks for asking. Just trying to stay positive and take care of the fam. How about you? I hope those birds leave you alone. No kidding. Remember that movie, The Birds? That was a creepy movie, man. Really creepy. Guys, if you have not seen that movie, it's an old, I believe it's Alfred Hitchcock movie, which none of you probably know who that is anyway, but it's a crazy movie. It's about birds. It's about birds that take over like a town, and like, it's creepy. You gotta watch it. Listen, Joy Hear It says, hello, I've only come to say one thing to remind you. Okay, yeah, tell me what. Freaking Z says, good morning, sir. Yeah, well, we don't do all that stuff here, so if you want to keep that up, we'll just boot you, freaking weirdo. Molly's Cuisine, thank you for the heart. Listen, do you hear it? Says, through the screen, I can see more. Every bad decision you made, you did that to yourself. You already sealed your fate. You can't change it. The trumpets will play their happy sounds. I like trumpets, man, so that's cool. Thank you for that. Blizzard says, I did hit the lottery. Bro, stop playing. Stop playing. The only lottery you hit, bro, was you hit the lottery of your mind. You have reached the lottery ticket of your mind. You have transcended your previous thoughts. You are now expanding your horizons. You're getting yourself to a better place, bro. That's the lottery I think you hit. But if you hit the money lottery, I mean, hook a brother up. T-Mar says, nice. T-Mar says, you hit the lottery? Is there a lottery in the Philippines? I don't know if I've ever seen that. R2 says, hi there, sir. Looking like a wonderful day. Take care and be well. R2, thank you so much. And thank you for the gold coin you sent. Appreciate that. Have a great day yourself. See, guys, it's just easy. It's just so easy to come here and be cool like that. But it says, lottery of life and happiness. See, I knew it. T. Mart says, good one. Yeah, right. Melvin Silva says, hey, bro, if you're black but below your waistline, it's white size. Does that make you still black or not? What kind of dumb question is that, Melvin? And why are you worried about what I got going on below my waist? Answer me that, Melvin. Blizzard says, pause, Melvin. What a question. Blizzard, the F? Russ says, can I borrow some money? Russ, you let me know how much you need, Russ. I got you. Thunder says, Sisco, I got the face paint. I'm thinking about just painting around my eyes black until I get eyeliner. Okay, that'll work. What I would suggest, Thunder, is you try different looks. Think of a few different looks. Because Thunder's trying to come up with a character, guys. So he's trying to think of how he's going to do it. Just come up with a different looks. Just around the eyes, maybe just nose and eye. Who knows? Come up with some different looks, Thunder. Sis Jang in the building. Thank you, Sis Jang. Good morning. How are you? Blizzard says, I'm not even going to hide that question. Yeah, just leave it. Bro, remember how we talk about it all the time? These trolls come in here and they telling themselves, the guys who are talking about gay stuff all the time, they're gay and they can't admit it to themselves. And it's okay. It's okay. That's what they don't understand. It's okay that they're gay. We don't care. But they can't take it. They personally can't take it, so they got to put that out there. Are you gay? What are you gay? Quit, bro. Just admit to yourself that you're gay. Blizzard Abroad says, I'm not even going to hide. Yeah. Blizzard says, that's wild. I mean, why are you worried about what another man's junk is? I don't know. Why else would you be worried? There's only one reason why you would be worried about it. And like I said, it's okay. It's okay. Ice Swallow says, big boy. Yeah, man. Melvin's like, yeah. Russ says, Alfred Hitchcock, Tippi Hedren. Yes, I'm old. You are older than me, because Tippi Hedren, I didn't know that one. I knew it was an Alfred Hitchcock movie, but Tippi Hedren, I don't know that one, Russ. The only person in here older than me is Big Russ. Brother Kamal says, Blizzard, not a drop, but I had a downpour from New London onto Rhode Island. Okay. Come on, are you eating some good food, man? You got to answer me, bro. I need to know these things. Ozzy Z says, are you Sisco Thong Thong? Guys, if only I could get a donation every time somebody came in here and asked if I'm Sisco Thong Song. I think we should make the people that ask that question Ozzy, I think you should give us a donation for asking that question. That is a basic question. So if you throw us a super chat, I'll tell you the answer to that question. To be honest with you. T. Mars says they have a lot of war history here, so I want to see where General MacArthur landed when he returned to the Philippines. Bro, you been to Manila, I'm sure. Have you gone to the fort there? Not San Pedro. It's on the tip of my brain. But the fort there got taken over. It was an old Spanish fort, and it got taken over. Intramuros. It's in Intramuros. Oh man, the names escape me. But anyway, they've got really cool pictures and stuff that when the Japanese took over, and it's really a horrific story, man. War is just sickening and disgusting in and of itself. But what went on there, they explain it. It's very graphic, and you can actually go down into like the quote unquote dungeon area, the tunnels underneath the fort, and it's spooky, man. It's very sad. It brought Jen to tears, thinking about what happened there. So I think you'd be interested in that, man. As somebody who loves history, war history, I think you'd be interested in that, bro, if you haven't seen it already. Big Thunder says, I might do a Beetlejuice theme to Thunder one. There you go. All right, I like that. And Beetlejuice does have those dark eyes, too. Ozzy says, incomplete remix was best. Don't know what you're talking about. Monly Cuisine, thank you. Thunder says, I got a troll after you left my stream. Did you kick him out? I know you love that. Elma Concalma says, remember me from yesterday? I do remember you. How are you, Elma? T-Mar says, he was probably the guy that didn't shower after gym class. Or the one that loved to shower after gym class. I don't know. Brother Kamal says, Russ, I've seen episodes on Me TV. Ate Sally says, Mabu, hi, everyone. Ate Sally, good morning, and Mabu, hi, how are you? Big Russ says, Tippi Hedren was a hottie in her day, the female lead in The Birds. Oh, okay. The name didn't click in my brain, but okay, got you. RM5 Joe official says, hi, Sally. My brother Kuya Butcher in the building, the boss Butcher in the building. Thank you for the hearts. Thunder says, I sure did. I knew you did, bro. He said, you're out of here. T Mars says, I haven't been to Manila yet either. I've seen the Battle for Manila on YouTube though. Yeah, you got to get up there, bro. That in and of itself was really cool. Seeing intramurals and, just a lot of history in that area. And I mean, this, the Philippines has been, you know, conquered and colonized by so many different groups, man. And that's one of the amazing things about Philippines, I think, is that there's such a mixture of cultures, for better or for worse. There's a mixture of cultures in the Philippines, all throughout the Philippines. And it's beautiful. I mean, it sucks and it's sad the way, colonialism and empires work. I mean, we all understand that. But, to see things, to try to extract some good from that would be that, the mixture of cultures, has created just a beautiful country. It's just a beautiful place. That's why we love the Philippines. But yeah, go to Manila, bro. You got to check that out. Sis Melinda Madonlo in the building. Thank you, sis. Brother Kamal says, yes, if arugula and fried hake counts. What is fried hake? I've heard that. What is that? I know what arugula is. Arugula is cool. Says Melinda, hello, good morning. Salvatore family says, if a NASA scientist asked you to travel to space, but you knew you would never come back, would you go? Why would I ever want to just go to space and never come back? No, I would not want to go. That's a pretty easy question to answer. This is Melinda, thank you. Ate Sally says, hello, Arham Fava Joe Official. I hope I'm saying that right. This is Melinda, how are you? Ate says, good morning, bro. Good morning, sis. Okay, I'm caught up. Arham Fava J Official. Where are you from, Sally? Sis Melinda says, hello, host. Good morning, sis. I'm just going to say Arham. Arham says, morning, but I'm still sleeping though. Arham, where are you from? Where are you from, Arham? Brother Kamal says, Russ, Barbara Stanwyck, Katharine Hepburn. I hear you. Whoa, look at Kamal. Look at Kamal coming out the bag with some old school baddies. The standard of beauty obviously has changed over the years, at least in the United States. And it is something I think about, for men and women. If you could bring people from the 30s and 40s to this time, would they stand out? Would they be famous like they were back then? Whatever magic they had back then, would it translate to today's world? I'd be curious to know. This message brought to you by, no, it's not really, Coke Zero, zero sugar, zero caffeine. When you're old, drink Coke Zero. It's delicious. I do love it. That is my last Coke Zero, zero caffeine, zero sugar. And you may ask, why the hell am I drinking something with zero sugar and zero caffeine? Because it tastes good, damn it, and I like it. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Molly's Cuisine, thank you for the heart. Blizzard says, visiting intramurals was a very humbling and somber experience. Yes, you said it exactly, bro. Very humbling, okay? I mean, just knowing what people went through there, and yes, somber, because it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, just what the Philippines has gone through, over the last several hundred years, what the Philippines has been through. But that particular place, so much has gone on there. Like I said, from the Spaniards all the way up to the Japanese, to the Americans occupying, it's crazy. And, when you think of I can't get into it on this live stream because YouTube will probably ban me for saying stuff that's actual historical fact. But the atrocities that took place there by the Japanese on the Filipino soldiers was just unbelievable. It was unbelievable. And, people always say, Philippines is very resilient. And thankfully, yes, they are. They are very resilient. But it doesn't take away the fact that a lot was lost. A lot was sacrificed by the Filipino people during World War II. And I'm not going to get all into it, but it is, like Blizzard said, it's very humbling and very somber. And when you go there, if you go there, anyone, I'm speaking to anyone, if you go there, you need to give the proper respect. Please don't be acting foolish out there. It's a very, serious and historic place. Arma says, I'm from India, Calcutta. Oh, shout out Calcutta, India. Nice. Thank you, Arma. Brother Kamal says, hake is a cold water fish found off New England waters, mild and hardy. Okay. So is that something like maybe like cod? Is it like a cod similar to that? Yeah, I've heard of that before, hake. I don't know if we get that out here. I don't think we get that out here on the West Coast. Not even like shipped here. I've never heard of that on this side. Big Russ says, LOL Kamal, yeah, those were badass women. They were a bit before my time, but I've definitely grew up seeing them. Yeah, man. Russ, do you remember a show? It was called The Bowery Boys. It was a series. I want to say it took place. It was like a show that came out during the 40s. I want to say it was called The Bowery Boys. I used to love that show. Whenever it was summertime or whenever I stayed home from school sick, I always watched that show, The Bowery Boys. It was replays, of course. I wasn't actually alive during the 40s, guys. I may look like it, but I wasn't. It was a funny show though. Bowery Boys. If you haven't seen it, look it up. It was a funny show. T Mar says, I finally saw a regular guy on YouTube. I knew I didn't watch him for a reason. You know, bro, again, I want to be one of those people that I don't want to talk crap about anybody. So I'm not going to talk crap about anybody. And I really don't have a lot to say about that guy. He does his thing. Just some of the stuff that you hear, rumors and things like that, which I won't repeat here, kind of gives you like, a bad taste in your mouth about somebody. But as far as his content, I always say YouTube, there's something for everyone. And there's some people that really love his content. I watched him a few times and, he has some interesting places that he goes, and he's a character. He's kind of entertaining to watch for a while, but just wasn't my vibe. For a while. After a while watching him, but T Mars, it feels like you feel the same. Big Russ says, there. See, I'm old. Yeah, man. You got to know your theirs. There, and there. And people say, oh, there's such and such language is so hard to learn. English has got to be one of the harder languages to learn, man. The spelling, anyway. Our grammar is ridiculous. T Mar says, he's corny as hell. Sorry. I mean, like I said, to each their own, bro. Blizzard says, she got dumped like a truck. Who are you talking about? Audrey Hepburn? Audrey Hepburn got dumps like a trunk? Says, oh God, good morning. Says, oh God, do you see the stuff that I got to put up with you? I got to read this stuff, says Ogon. I got to read this stuff. We got to have respect for our 1940s, hotties. We can't just say they got dumps like trucks. You can't do that, Blizzard. T-Mar's a weirdo. Some people believe that. Like I said, I'm going to leave that to you guys to say. I'm not going to say anything about it. Sis Ogon says, good morning, like Napo. Thank you, Sis Ogon. And she put Ogon just so I knew it was Sis Ogon. I know who you are. But you're probably thinking, well, you thought that other Colleen, you weren't sure that other Colleen. But I did. I know it was Sis Ogon. Thank you, sis. We got 11 million to build. We got 29 likes, guys. Thank you so much. If you just came into the live stream, or if you haven't already, can you please double tap your screen and drop us a like? Just a regular guy hanging out with you on YouTube. I'm not a superstar. I'm not a celebrity. I'm just a dude who doing a live stream in his living room, just hanging with my peeps, reading comments, just trying to, have a good vibe for all of us, wherever you are in the world. In the Philippines, it's morning, so I'm trying to start the people in the Philippines morning off right. And if you're here in the U.S., it's late afternoon, evening already, depending on what part of the country you're in. So I'm just trying to end your day in a way that, is just positive, hopefully. And if you're cool with that, just drop a like. Just drop a like real quick. Sabrina's in the building. She says, how far back are we in the chat? I'll be back in about 6.9 hours. Okay, first of all, let me see. I'm like, okay, what I was going to say, Sabrina, is I was going to say I'm like 3 inches from the end. But if I said that, you'd be like, pause, Sisco, pause. So I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say I'm not that far behind. I'm not that far behind, Sabrina, first of all. Hello, Sabrina. How are you? Good evening, sis. Blizzard says, T Marsh, RG is a weirdo. Like I said, everybody's got an opinion about that dude. Some people think he's a weirdo. Some people think he's great. Some people think he's funny. Some people think, and like I said, I personally, I haven't heard anything confirmed as far as the rumors that I heard about his conduct while in the Philippines. I don't know that anything's been confirmed. I don't keep up with that dude. But what I did hear was like, and it didn't seem too far out of pocket for it to be not true. But again, I never heard it was confirmed. But if those things were true, yeah, he's a weirdo. But if it's not true, then he's just a, what's the word? He's an interesting character. He's just an interesting character if those things are not true. And if you want to know what those things are, you can go scour the internet. I'm not going to get into it here. T-Mars says, I knew what you meant, and you're right. Yeah, T-Mars, I definitely don't see T-Mars having a cup of coffee with that dude. I just don't think that would be they would not mesh. Let's put it that way. Big Russ says, damn, I'm glad you said you watched the Bowery Boys. I was afraid you thought I was 90. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Oh, damn. Okay, wait. So did you watch the Bowery Boys? Did you watch it? Because you know who they are, apparently. So I'm assuming you did watch them. But I watched them. I wasn't alive when they were live broadcast, but I watched the reruns. They were funny. Just like the Little Rascals. The Little Rascals were like in the 30s, I want to say. They were like in the 30s. But everybody is Gen X anyway. I don't know about maybe millennials. Some of the older millennials might remember Little Rascals. And then they had the movie that came out, which was whatever, But the original Little Rascals, that was a great show. Bowery Boys was a good show. There was another one too that I used to watch, and it'll come to me. I'll think of it. But yeah, bro, you're not that old, Russ. R2D Cup says, dumps like a truck. Oh, you like that RD2 Cups? Guys like, what? That's the one. Audrey Hepburn, apparently. I don't know. Let's see. And then he says, let me see that song. Yeah, exactly. He got the whole song down. Sky Zone says, have you ever starved yourself to lose weight? It depends on what you mean by starved yourself. If you mean going without food when I probably should eat to lose weight, yes, I have done that. I used to box, and before I really fully understood how to cut weight properly, I would go long periods without eating, which isn't necessarily the best thing for you. But yeah, so I would say, yeah, I have tried to starve myself to lose weight. Yes. RT2 Cup says, yes. Russ says, between me and T-Gang, Sisco shows he can relate to everyone. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying. And, again, it just goes back to what I said, man. I'm just trying to be, positive vibe here for you guys. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what country you're from. I don't care what your ethnicity is, what your gender is, what your sexual orientation is, any of that stuff. I don't care about any of that stuff, And as far as it just is who you are, that's who you are. Beyond that, it doesn't matter to me. But yeah, I feel like me reading these comments with you guys is just like us having a conversation. I can't be in the room with all of you guys, but I can be right here in the live stream chopping it with you in the chat. So I appreciate you guys when you come in here. I really do. Sabrina says, oh, wow. It's 2027. Howdy. What the hell does that mean? Wait, it's 2027? Howdy. Sabrina, you got to explain that one to me. Murtaza says, hey, man, how are you? Murtaza, I'm good. I'm just chilling with my people right here. Sabrina says, hi, Jen, if you're here somewhere. She's in the room. She sleeps. Says she left work early. She's got a little bit of a headache, and she didn't sleep real great last night. So she's back in the room, and I'm out here talking crap and stuff, and she's probably like, shut up. Blizzard says, bro, if I stay on schedule, I'll be finished with my bachelor in December 2027. 21 months. Wow. Damn, that's fast, bro. And so this course that you're doing, is it made to be like sped up like that? Or are you just going above and beyond? Because that's fast. Man, that's awesome. December 2027. Well, to be honest with you, bro, that's around that time is probably realistically when I feel if we're going to move to the Philippines, and I always say if because nothing's 100%, but if we're going to move to the Philippines, that's around the time I think we'd probably end up going, right after probably early 2028. Because what I want to do, our first milestone we got to get past is Jen's son graduating from high school, which he's going to do that. He's a smart kid, great kid. He's going to do that. Once he graduates high school, then after that, we're looking at heading out there. So I just feel like I would rather stay the rest of the year here because we could get through Christmas, we get through not New Year's, but well, New Year's too, Thanksgiving, some birthdays, before we head out there. Because once we get out there, my feeling is we'll probably come back to the States at least once, twice a year. But, you won't be able to make all the holidays all the time. So the end of 2027 or probably the beginning of 2028 is when we want to make our move. So that might just align with what you're doing. Not too far. T-Mar says, I don't drink coffee, but I'd have a beer with Q before I had coffee with that dude. I wouldn't want to have nothing with either one of them. I wouldn't have nothing with either one of them, to be honest with you. Mamly Anila in the building. Hold on, let me get you on that moderator. Thank you, sis. Mamly Anila, good morning. How are you? Big Russ says, like you, I saw them once or twice, but definitely airing decades after they first came out. In my deluded mind, I'm 35. Yeah, right? Man, 35. Let's see, 35. 35 was all right. That was an all right time for me. You know what? Honestly, bro, I really feel like I'm more happy now in my life than I've ever been prior to. And I'm talking about on average, day to day, week to week, month to month. I'm about as happy as I've ever been in my life. I can't think of another time where I've been this happy for this extended period of a time. So that's my bragging point today. But if I could be like 35, 25, if I didn't have to go through all that crap again, I would consider it. Like if you said, hey, everything stays the same in your life right now, except for your body is physically back to what it was when you were 35 years old, I'd say, hell yeah, let's go. 35, oh yeah, I was in pretty decent shape back then. Not too bad. That was after my boxing time, so I was not in perfect shape, but I was still pretty close. T-Mar says, the world would be a much better place if we had more people that thought like you, Sisco. Man, but that's part of why we have this channel, bro. Like Blizzard says, support positive YouTube. That's why we have this channel. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying to put my positivity out there. And this is another thing we talked about. When we go on Blizzard's channel, and Blizzard has a deep subject up, and we're talking about it, we're debating. Sometimes the people that I'm talking to, I'm not trying to change their mind. I'm not trying to change their mind because I know they're probably not going to change their mind. But I'm saying the things that I say because there's people who are in the chat who are listening and who maybe don't want to get involved in the conversation, but they're listening. And if they can hear their point of view and they can hear my point of view, maybe I can influence them. And that's exactly what this channel is. I'm thinking, if I come out here and, the way that I look, my phenotype, okay, you can say whatever you think I am, okay? My phenotype, someone that looks like me, that talks like I do, that acts like I do, probably not a lot of them. So what I'm trying to do is just say, hey, look, no matter who you are, where you're from, what you're about, one thing we have in common, we all have in common, is we all just want to be happy. We all just want to have a good life, be happy. I don't know anybody who doesn't want to do that. So if we can focus on positivity, we can focus on spreading love and just being kind to people, then maybe we could achieve that, bro. So yeah, I wish there were more people that thought like that, but we got to make it happen. Blizzard says, Sabrina. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she's talking about from England to Connecticut, coming to visit. Maybe you guys can hang out, get to know each other. And then once you get your bachelor's, y'all can move to Japan. I'm not a matchmaker. I'm just saying the things I'm saying. Sabrina says it meant, oh, wow, it's 2027. You took that long to catch up. Oh, first of all, womp, womp, Sabrina, womp, womp. Even BIY wouldn't accept that one. She says, howdy is what we say here down in Texas. Oh, I forgot she's in Texas, guys. She's not in UK. She's not in the UK. She's from Texas. She's from Looking Back, Texas. Sabrina says, hey, Blizzard. Blizzard says it's a 4-year course. Okay, wait a minute though. So you've been doing it for that long? What is that, a year? So you've been doing it for 2.5 years already? I didn't know you were doing it for that long, bro. Mamily Nilla, did I already give you? Yeah, I did. Okay, sorry about that. Got you. Thank you, Mamily Nilla. Big Russ says, are you going to walk, Blizz? Are you going to walk? Oh, yeah. Kamal says, Team Mars, thumbs up. Blizz says, Russ, hell yeah. Man, I hope so, bro. if you can, I mean, we're talking a year and a half. You know, a lot of things. You know, who knows what's going to be going on in the world in your life, whatever. But if you can, bro, you need to live stream that. That is a huge milestone. Huge milestone. I don't have any degrees, guys. You know, I sometimes I wish I had completed further beyond high school. Um, Not so much for the degrees. I mean, degrees they're awesome achievements. Don't get me wrong, but what I think I missed out on is a lot of, you know, opportunities to learn more things about the world, learn more things about the history of our country, the history of our world. Um, you know, to get my mind working on a higher level by going to college. I think that's an important part of college. It's not just, hey, you got these degrees, but what Blizzard is trying to do is he wants to be able to move. He wants to be able to have options. He wants to be able to move to another country that may require him to have a degree. And so whatever course he's learning, he has to learn it because he's gonna have to use that wherever he goes. So that's what I miss. I miss getting that information, getting that knowledge, and not just learning about facts and figures, but how to think. I think I've done an okay job on my own learning that, you know, but not as well if I had gone to college. I really wish I would have gotten that from college. Uh, Mamily Nilla, thank you. Big Russ says, damn right, Blizz. Mad Matt in the building. Look at Mad Matt with the membership. Look at him, double tapped and tapping in. Thanks for the membership, Mad Matt. That was all my brother Blizzard Abroad. He's the man with gift memberships. He's been hooking up people left and right. He's like the Oprah of Cisco International. You get a gift membership. You get a gift membership. That's him. You know, but he's not as cute as Oprah, but you know, he's got the money like Oprah. I'm gonna put it that way. Matt, thank you for showing up, brother. Ate Frexy in the building. Good morning, Ate Frexy. Kuya Roger, how are you guys? Big Russ says, yeah, I'm happy too, but physically 35 sounds great. Man, I take 45, bro. I would take 45 right now. I tell you, once I turned 50, man, I just felt like my body just turned a corner, man. Like down a dark alley. Like holes in the alley, you know, there's dead cats and pigeons and stuff. People laying in the trash. That's the alley I turned down when I turned 50. It don't feel good, bro. Sabrina says, Magatti. Blizzard says, you're right, bro. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. I love to hear that, brother. I love to hear that. You know, and it's crazy because I did hear people, I don't know, you tell me if you've heard this, but when I was young, people would tell me that when they're in their 50s, 60s, man, I'm happier than I've ever been in my life. I'm thinking, you're old as hell. Why are you happy? Now I know. Now I know why. All the work, all the struggle, all the turmoil that I was going through when I was younger, that's all resolved, man. And now I'm just here. I'm just here living my life. It's amazing. Mamla Nilla, thank you with the coffee. My brother Matt says, Magina. Brother Kamal says, Blizzard, you're on your way like Amtrak. Full steam ahead, bro, for sure. Sabrina says, well, hello there, my co-web weaver. I'm not going to use the British accent. I'm not going to do it. Mad Matt or the Texas accent. I'm going to try to stay away from the accents today, guys. Mad Matt says, Tawny gonna whoop my ass when she gets home from her nail again. What did you do, Matt? What did you do? McGaddy, what have you done? Yes, we need to know. Sis EB, thank you. She's got the custom emojis, guys. Just check the custom emojis that Sis EB put out there. First, that one right there. That is Jen with her cute shirt on up in the hills where we were walking. And then the next one is me. That's me in Miami. And then the second or the third one is me and Jen. We were in Bohol. In that picture right there, I got the blue shirt on. You see the pool behind us. It's amazing emojis, guys. Thank you, Sazibi. Mamily and Nila, thank you. Brother Matt says, I don't get a second suitcase. McKenna, I've been telling her I don't got a second suitcase, McKenna. I've been telling her, oh, you guys are going on vacation. That's right. Where are you guys going, man? I didn't hear where you guys were going. Says EB, thank you for the hearts. Blizzard says, huh? Me and who? Oh, shit, I'm way behind again. What's Sabrina? You can hang out with Sabrina. She's cool people. Sabrina says, McGaddy, oh Lord, plastic bags. You're gonna take plastic bags, I guess. You gotta do what you gotta do. Sabrina says, Sisco, hey, stick to dashing Cupid. You got me on that one. Okay, I will stick to dashing. No Cupids. Blizzard, Sabrina, never mind. Delete. Matt says she ain't allowing that, Magina. Hell no, she ain't allowing that. Come on now. Mamily Anila, thank you. Blizzard says, nah, I've been enrolled since March. This March? So damn, bro, you're booking. Man, I don't know how you do it, Blizzard. I don't know how you do it, man. Salute to you, brother. I do not know how you do it. All I have to focus on right now, to be honest with you, if I was to do college, that's really all I have to focus on. I don't have to worry about working a full-time job. I don't have to worry about taking care of any kids. It's me and Jen. I could not do what you're doing right now, bro. Just the schooling aspect. And I said I couldn't do it, meaning I don't want to do it. Like I just know that it would be so difficult. And at this point in my life, I just don't have that energy, that motivation to do it. I couldn't. And the fact that you're doing that and everything else that you're doing, those things that I mentioned already, bro, salute to you, brother. Guys, you don't even know how awesome Blizzard is, man. You guys don't even know. That's a man right there, for real. Sabrina says, McGaddy, just pack socks. Say that's all you need. What? No, he need go run out and buy a suitcase real quick. Maybe you should tell her, McGinnis, I'll owe you one. Oh, hell no. Bro, go to Walmart. Walmart's got suitcases, nice ones. That's where we get ours from. And you think, oh, Walmart suitcase. They got nice suitcases over there. They're not too expensive. Sis Malaya Cap, like done, thank you. Mamily Anilla with the spam, thank you. Malaya Cap says, shout out everyone. Thank you, sis. Russ says, wished he had learned more things, says the guy that speaks in depth about every topic that comes up on Blizzard's channel. Okay, but look, the things that I'm saying, though, those are like self-taught things. There's much, much, much more depth and precision to the things that actually happen than what I have in my brain. I can kind of get some chunks of things, but to understand things at a depth that really, really, really takes you to a full understanding. I didn't get that in college because I didn't go to college. So, like I said, I'm self-taught about a lot of things, and I'm aware of a lot of things, but the level of knowledge that Blizzard's going to have, that you don't just get that on your own. You have to get that from a college. It's the only way you're going to get it. T Mars says, it's not easy to go back to school after being out for so long. Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. I don't think I could do it. I think if I know Blizzard's motivated. He has a specific goal in mind. If I had that, I don't know what it would take. I don't know. If you told me, hey, the only way you're going to be able to move to the Philippines is to get a bachelor's degree, I'd be like, nah, I'm good then. I'll just stay here. Because it's so much work. It's so much work. And like I said, how he juggles all that stuff, I don't get it, bro. I don't understand how he does it. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you. Molly's Cuisine, thank you for the heart. Sabrina says, McGaddy, Jesus. Oh, I don't want to piss her off either. I'm going to run to a shop and get one. Wait, what? What, are you going to send him one? Or wait, where are you guys going, Matt? Where are you guys going? You haven't even said that yet. Like, Cap, thank you for the heart. Emily Nilla, thank you. Shout out, host. Thank you. Thank you, sis. Matt says, oh, McGinnis, what a web we weave. It sounds like it, bro. Just go get a damn suitcase. Sabrina says, what a web indeed. Quick time, get one before she gets home. Saves an ass whooping. We don't want no ass whoopings. Please, no ass whoopings. We would appreciate. T-Mar says, have you seen The Color Purple, Sisco? Oprah and all that cute, bro. That was movies, bro. That was paint. Makeup. That's all that was. Matt says, she has the car, McGinnis. That's the issue. Well, Russ says, I can't be listening to these kids in their 50s talking about feeling. Quit it, bro. Quit it. It's been a rough life, bro. I may be only 50, but I've gone through a lot of damage. Put it that way. Sabrina says, McGaddy, the web thickens. LOL, Uber, bus, walk, something. DoorDash it. Not DoorDash, Uber it. Uber it over to you, yeah. I just, my gator. This is like a drama. It's like a K-drama. Buddha Krishna says, hi, sir. Hello, Buddha Krishna. Molly's Cuisine, thank you for the heart. Matt says, we're going to Cali and Vegas. Oh, okay, cool. What part of Cali are you going to? And you guys are going like this next week, this coming up week? Sabrina says, and they're going to Cali tomorrow. Dilemma. Oh, okay. Elia Longo, hello, brother. How are you? System Sock. I'm gonna go shout out, bro. Cisco, good morning. Elia Longo, how are you, brother? Hopefully you're safe, having a good morning so far. Mamela Nilla, thank you. Sabrina says, Matt, don't you have a gym bag, like a big bag? Yeah, you gotta have something, man. Or get a sheet. Get a sheet. Do it prison style. Get a sheet. Put everything in the middle of the sheet. Get the four sides. Roll it up. You're good, man. Just walk it out wherever you want to go. Elia Longo, thank you, brother. Matt says, she's going to be pissed when I tell her I got to go get a suitcase. Nah, bro, she won't. She won't. It's all in how you approach it. That's all. Just say, you know what, the suitcase I had, it's just not, it's messed up. I'm just going to get a new one. I want us to have a fun vacation. I don't want us to be worried about this stupid suitcase. And then just leave. L.A. Longo says, I'm watching from Iloilo City, Philippines. Iloilo City, how are you, brother? Shout out Iloilo. That's one place I haven't been yet. I do want to get to Iloilo. Jen has some family. Her husband, his family's from Iloilo. Yeah, would love to go there. I hear a lot of good things about Iloilo. T-Mar says, don't get his head up. Don't gas his head up, sis. No, man, I'm not. T-Mars, am I lying, though? Am I lying, bro? Come on. You already know, brother. He says, nice. Sabrina says, Matt, oh, Lord, do some clean. Let her walk in a clean house, then drop the bomb. Damn, good luck, Maddie. Gonna have a bruised back. Yes, you are, bro. Clean the house, make some dinner. It works every time. Works every time. Clean the house, make some dinner. Elia Longo, thank you, brother. Mamily Nilla, thank you. Matt says, Magana. Oh, man, this may be the last time we see Matt. But hey, good news is you got a gift membership, bro, to Sisco International. So tell her that. Say, hey, I was so excited. I got to give membership to Sisco's channel. I forgot. I got to get a suitcase. That'll cover it. Put it on me, bro. Put it on me. Just say, my live was so entertaining. You got wrapped up. You just forgot that you had to go get that suitcase. No problem. You'll be fine. Link up. Thank you. Silent Watch. Thank you. Family Nilla. Thank you so much. Elia Longo. Thank you, brother. Blizzard says, if I don't have a specific goal in mind, I would never have considered going back to school, but I'm glad I did. Yeah, and that's what I say, man. I know you have a specific goal in mind. That makes it a little bit easier, but even then, I don't know, bro. I don't know if I could do it, man. I give you all the respect, brother. Miss Generous says, hello, chat. See, I knew I was talking too loud, guys. I was talking too loud. I might get beat up now. So me and Matt, next time you see me and Matt, we might have like bruises up under here, guys. Sorry. Hi, Miss Generous. Love you, sweetiekins. Matt says Santa Monica. Oh, man, that'll be nice. Get out there to Venice. Hang out. Cool, bro. Have you guys been there before? Sabrina says, hey, Jenny, we're in the waiting room waiting for Mr. Sisco to catch up. You better calm down. Better calm down, sis. Wait, hold on. How far back? I'm not even that far back. Quit. Let's see here. Hold on. Okay. Brother Kamal says, agreed. A bachelor's in law and justice, CDL Institute, done with school. Is that what you have, bro? You got a bachelor's in law? Really? No kidding. Nice, man. And again, man, anybody who has the wherewithal, because it costs money, it takes time, there's a lot of sacrifices you got to make to go to college. I mean, granted, going to college or having a degree isn't the be all end all. There's a lot of people who are successful without doing those things, but those people are few and far between. If you want to give yourself the best chance to succeed in life, you got to get a degree. You got to get a degree. I mean, it's a fact. So, having that in your hand is going to give you so many more options. A lot of people, they don't use what they originally intended to go to school for. They don't usually sometimes go into that field necessarily, and that's fine. But having that piece of paper will open many more doors for you. So, man, good on you, brother. Come on. Madeline Nilla, thank you. Even at jobs, there's jobs that will pay you more money just because you have the degree. You could be doing the same job as the person right next to you, but you're getting paid more because you have the degree. That's just how it works. Sabrina says, I said plastic bags, and he laughed. His idea is a sheet. Sis, a sheet can be classy, though, okay? A plastic bag is not classy. Somebody sees you walking in with a plastic bag and be like, ew, ghetto. But if they see you walking in with like a nice silk sheet, tied with a bow, they don't know. It could be a gift. I mean, that's what I'm going to say anyway. Miss Jenner says, Sabrina, always waiting on Cisco to catch you. You better calm down, says. You better calm down. Sabrina says, Jenny, time is money or something like that. LMAO. T. Martin says, nah, Blizzard is the man. He is, bro. He really is. Beverly Nilla, thank you so much. Easton says that if you guys see me squinting, you know what? Why don't you guys tell me? Let's go. Put your damn glasses on. There we go. See? Oh, I can read. Holy crap. Easton says the Candyman's gang name is the Candleman, and he is an outlaw. Blizzard says, Miss Jen, hello. Elliot Longo says hello. What's up, brother? Malay Cap says, silent watch, silent watch, silent watch. Miss Jern says, Blizzy. Madeline Nilla, thank you. Elliot Longo, thank you, brother. Where we at here? Blizzard abroad, bro, retired at 53. Yeah, man. And that's part of why I'm so damn happy. It was a long road, bro. You know, and I, you know, me and Jen were talking about it, where she works. You know, people generally, if they want their full retirement, they got to go to at least 65 to get their full retirement. I think that's pretty standard in the US. And I just think to myself, you know, if that's what you have to do, that's what you have to do. There's no way around it, you know, if that's what you have to do. But if you don't have to do that, man, if you can retire earlier, it's got to be, it's just better, man. You know, 65, I know people who are 65, they're in great shape. But I say the average person at 65, they're like Cal says, you know, you're deep in your fourth quarter, you know, and yeah, you could live for another 10, 15, 20 years, but what quality of life are you going to have? You know, that's a question that only, you know, each individual can only answer for themselves. I just feel like the way I feel right now, I don't know how I'm going to feel in 12 years. 65, there's no way I could have worked until I was 65 doing that. No way. I wouldn't want to. So I'm very grateful, man. I'm grateful that I was able to retire at 53. There's people that retire even younger, and I say more power to them, you know? Got to. Big Russ says, again, that's the guy that's retired. I mean, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Russ says, LOL, right, Blizz? Beat me too. Yeah, man. Hey, but look, you know, I always tell people, everything isn't just hard work, man. Everything's not hard work. Hard work may give you the best chance, generally speaking, to be successful in life. It doesn't guarantee you're going to be successful, but it gives you the best chance. You also got to get lucky, man. You got to get lucky. And all of you guys and ladies that are in here right now that have had careers or jobs for a long time, you know as well as I do, sometimes it's about who you know. Sometimes it's about, you know, hey, something happened where, you know, last minute they needed somebody to do something and they gave it to you. And then because you did it so great, you know, and next thing you know, you're getting a promotion. Weird stuff happens, you know, and sometimes you just got to, with that hard work, you got to just get lucky sometimes. And I feel like in my life, you know, things lined up in such a way that, you know, the luck was with me. Didn't always feel that way, but the luck was with me enough to where I was in the position I was in to be able to retire when I did. So I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful. Brother Kamal says, I wanted to be a U.S. Marshal. While applying for U.S. Capitol Police, my autism was discovered. Really? Okay, so was this, okay, so you said it was discovered. You were aware of this, I'm sure, right? Or was this something that was like, what? I'm what? Yeah, you got to explain that one to me a little bit. Come on. So when you were applying, so what I'm taking it as you were applying, and that was not something that you were necessarily putting on the application. Is that even something that you can, that they're asking for? And why would that make a difference, to be honest with you? I mean, unless there was something, it's not just the autism. It would have to be something, you know, that, hey, you know, you can't do the basic qualifications. That's what I would think. That's the way it should be anyway. I mean, even people who have, you know, disabilities that, you know, maybe they're, you know, they're missing a hand or they're, who knows what. Well, maybe not for a U.S. Marshal if you're missing a hand, but there are people that have disabilities that are able to do it. They just have to be able to meet the qualifications. So I would hate to think that that was something that was just kept from you just for that reason. Sabrina says, no comment. No comment about what? The silk sheets? Just picture it. Picture Matt walking into Santa Monica. I don't know what hotel they're gonna be staying at, but any hotel. You pick any hotel, you know, and they have all their luggage, all their suitcases, but then he's got this silk sack. Matt in his silk sack over his shoulder. I think it'd be all right. I think it'd be okay. Russ says, wow, that sucks, Kamal, if it prevented you from doing your dream job. For real, man. That sounds messed up. Sis Grace, thank you. Good morning, brother Cisco. Good morning, Sis Grace. Like done. Thank you, sis. We are at 12 million in the building. Got 39 likes. Thank you, guys. If you haven't already, please double tap your screen, hit that like button. Push us to 40. Push us to 40. If we can get to 50, that would be awesome. Yesterday we got to 61, I think. I went back and looked. That was a record, guys. That was a record for Cisco International live stream, 61. So thank you. Everybody was here yesterday. Thank you so much. Sis Grace, how are you? Good morning. Brother Kamal says, Russ, quite the setback, but at least I still utilize my degree elsewhere, unlike many. See, that's what I'm talking about. You don't always have to use it in the field that you expect to go into. And I always tell that to kids too. Don't always assume that whatever your dream is. My dream changed like many times when I was a kid. First I wanted to be, astronaut. Then I wanted to be a teacher. Then I wanted to be a marine biologist. Every year my what I wanted to do changed. And even when you're 18, 19, 20, 21, trust me, you still don't really know what the hell it is that you're going to be doing. You may be setting yourself up to do that, but where you end up could be very different. So flexibility in your career path is very important. I will say that. Flexibility in your career path is very important. And just because you don't get into the thing that you want to do, you can still use that degree for other things. Big Russ says, wow, now I'm depressed. Oh, man, don't be depressed, bro. I think Kamal's doing all right, brother. I think he's a happy man. Things happen in life for the reasons that they happen, and there's no telling. I'll give you an example. When I was in high school, a friend of mine joined the Army. He was already 18. He joined the Army, and I was 17 still. And so he was all, hey, man, if you go down there and tell them this, So I went down there, took the ASVAB, did real good on the ASVAB. They're like, man, you could have your pick of jobs, man. You just go in there and be you. And who knows, the recruiters, they always try to gas you up, but I felt like I did a pretty good job on it. And I felt like, wow, this could be a good career for me. I think I could do this. So I went back, told my mom, hey, mom, I'm joining the Army. I just need you to sign this paper because I'm 17. My mom's like, hell no. Hell no. You are not going to the Army. You're not going to any military because I had friends that died in Vietnam, and you are not going to die out there for this country that does blah, 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 blah. And so that was the end of that. And so, yeah, I could have waited till I turned 18, but before I turned 18, we moved up here to Central California, and I got caught up in a whole bunch of other stuff up here, and my life went on another trajectory, right? Which, hey, turned out pretty good, I feel like. I can't complain. I love my life right now. It's good. That being said, I've always thought, well, what if I would have went in the military? What would my life have been like? And I get people all the time asking me, were you military? Are you military? I don't know, it's just the way I am. People just think I'm in the military. So yeah, that could have been a career path for me. But right after that, right after I moved up here, the following January, Desert Storm happened. So who knows? I could have been out there in Desert Storm and something could have happened to me. You just never know. Maybe I could have been a war hero. Who knows? I could be a president right now. Okay. The point is, you just don't know where things will go if you had made other choices. And it's just pointless to even think about it. Just focus on where you're at right now, where you want to be. That's it. Big Russ says, that's cool. Come on. BLY says, hey, Cisco, Russ, Artistical, GTV vlog. Whoa. What the heck's going on with this thing? Mamla Nila, Eli Longo, Blizzard, Millie Cap. What's up, BIY? How you doing, brother? Good to see you in here, man. We're ready for jokes, man. We're ready for jokes. That's all I'm saying. Brother Kamal says, BIY, hello. Big Russ says, hello, BIY. Millie Cap says, silent watch. Thank you, sis. Mamla Nila, thank you for hanging out still. What time is it, guys? Okay, it's almost 4. BIY says, hi, Miss Generous. I was told after a vasectomy I wouldn't have kids anymore. Imagine my shock when I got home and they were still there. Damn. Oh, wow. Yeah, all of us parents can relate to that joke. Damn. You know what? That's probably happened to somebody too. What's up, BIY? Big Russ says, Kamal was probably too smart for them. Bro. Seeing some of the people that have taken those jobs, yeah. You know what, man? And that's the thing. I've learned a lot of these jobs I looked up to when I was a kid. You look at some of the people that are doing them and you really get to know like who they are as a person. And you just say to yourself, damn, if they could do that. Anyway, so yeah, that's one thing I try to tell my kids. Don't let what you think something is prevent you from going after it. Just because you think, oh, I don't know if I'm smart enough, or I don't know if I'm this, or I don't know if I'm enough that, just go do it. The worst they're gonna do is tell you no. The worst you're gonna do is they're not gonna take you, and then you'll know, okay, hey, I guess I wasn't, good enough or smart enough or what. Go try at least, because if you don't try, you're never gonna know. And yeah, I mean, I think, knowing Kamal as well as I know Kamal, yeah, he absolutely could have ran circles around many of those people. I personally know some people that are involved in that profession, and I'm not gonna talk bad about them, but I'm just gonna say that. Blizzard says, I'm not working until 65. I hope not, bro. I don't wish that for anybody. If you have to work till you're 65, and I know there's some people who are out there that are, they're on their way to 65, or they're close to 65, or they know they got to work to 65, and they're probably just like, oh, I wish I could. I mean, I don't want to make you feel bad. I'm not trying to say, oh man, that's terrible. It just wasn't for me. I just knew if I had to do it, oh, man, I would, I don't know, man. I don't feel like I would have made it. I don't feel like I would have made it. I think where I was at in my career, I was just at a point where like I need to get the hell out of there. And yeah, there's no way. Another 12 years, there's no way. But there's also people who really love their job, and I understand that too. That for some people, one of my wife's old bosses, I think he had like 40 years doing his job, and the man loved his job, and it's like I'm a little jealous. I wish I had loved my job that much, but if you have to go to 65, you got to go to 70. Whatever it is, you got to do what you got to do. But your goal should be to retire as early as possible. So the kids out there, I tell you right now, start saving money, start investing money now so you can help yourself retire early. Sis CK says, hello to all here. Hello, Sis CK. Good morning. Emily Anilla with the gold medals. Blizzard says, BIY, salute. BIY says, hello, CK. Sabrina says, Sisco, I'm dipping. I need to eat and sleep. I will not imagine Maddie doing no such thing. LMAO. Good night. See you soon. Great live. Bye, Sisco. Bye, Jane. Sabrina, thank you so much. As always, sis, great to see you. Get some good rest. Matt's going to have to do what Matt's going to have to do. We already hooked him up. Blizzard already hooked him up with the gift membership. The rest is on him, right? So thank you, sis. I'll see you next time. Big Russ says, nice one, BIY. Memily Nilla with the goal. Sis CK says, mega love shout out to all here. Thank you, sis. Miss Jones is laughing at BIY's joke. Miss Jones says, Sabrina, good night. Sabrina says, Jenny. Sis CK says, done share. Sis, thank you so much. Blizzard says, Sabrina, see ya. See? I'm just saying. You guys get to know each other. That's all I'm saying. Brother Kamal says, nope. I was vaguely aware of a neurological variance. Whoops. I was vaguely aware of neurological variance on my mother's side. It was the oral board interview and psychological assessment phase where they got me, and I'm actually grateful since. Really? Man, okay, that's fascinating. Kamal, one of these days, brother, you gotta let, you do what you want to do. I don't want to put no pressure on nobody. I would love to have either Icy or Blizzard interview you, man, and just talk to us, man. Talk to us about it, because this is fascinating to me. Autism is one of those things that I think is grossly misunderstood by average people. And I don't claim to know everything about it, because I sure as hell don't. But one thing I know that people don't understand is that autism, it is not just one thing. It is not one thing. There are people of so many different backgrounds and personalities and what have you that are autistic, and they could be completely different presenting people. Two people you would never think really had much in common, but they both have autism, and you would just never know this. And as time goes by, people are getting, scientists, doctors, they're getting to know more and more and more, and they're reevaluating what they thought autism was, and to be defined as something a little bit more broad than what it always has been. So that's just fascinating to me, and autism is something that's in the news all the time, for better or for worse. It's something that's always in the news. So if you get a chance, bro, if you wouldn't mind, it would be cool just to, to hear at least this story. I would love to know more about this, man. Definitely. Samir says, good night, Blizzard. Madeline Niller with the goal. Blizzard says, CK, hello. CK is saying hello. Billy Come On says, I would have burned out. You never know. You never know, bro. You never know. Sometimes you're able to compartmentalize stuff and you just, but yeah, you never know. Blizzard says, but you could have prevented January 6th. Come on. Pfft. Nobody could have prevented that stuff, man. That stuff was going to happen one way or another. Big Russ says, no, Kamal is awesome. My depression arises from just learning I'm in the last quarter. Whoa, bro, you didn't know that already? Man, you and me both, brother. You're in the, okay, so let's not get too morbid, but I like stuff like this. So let's just say on average, on average, people live to be, what is it, 75? Let's make it easy, 80 years old. So every 20 years would be a quarter. So if you're 20 and under, you're in the first quarter. If you're between 20 and 40, you're in the second quarter. If you're between 40 and 60, you're in the third quarter. If you're 60 or above, you're in the fourth quarter. So technically, yes, I am in the third quarter. But however, I feel like I'm in the fourth quarter, bro. So I'm right there with you, Russ. Russ, you said you're 60, right? You just turned 60. So you barely got in that last quarter, bro. Those are laughing. Miss Jenner says, working until 65. Someone just made 50 years of service in my partner agency. You hear that, guys? 50 years. They work for 50 years. Okay, so look, they got to be like 68, maybe 70 years old minimum. Because 50 years, you got to be at least 18, right? To work where Jen works. So they got to be at least 68 years old. 50 years. That is nuts, man. Wow. I just, you got to love your job. You got to love your job to do that. I'm sorry. BLY says, what do you call a cantaloupe in a swimming pool? A watermelon. Oh, dude, really? Oh my God. That was elementary, my dear Watson. Elementary. I am appalled. You are better than that, BIY. Brother Kamal says, I get the same reference, though I never served. So I don't know, bro. I don't know what it is. Something about our demeanor, maybe? I don't know. Blizzard says, Ms. Jen, nope. No way I give 50 years to any corporation. I don't care what they offer in return. 50 years is a long time, man. Damn, I don't know. My biggest problem with my job is just being tied down, man. I just didn't want to have to get up every morning and go drive and be at that job for 8 hours and then come back home. That being tied down part was the worst part for me. And I know, real small as violin for me. Oh, poor Sisco. I'm not complaining, guys. I say I'm very fortunate. Where I was at in my job, it was in a great spot. I could have done a long time there, and if I had to, I would, and it wouldn't have been a huge deal. I just didn't want it no more. My heart wasn't there. I just didn't want it no more. But for 50 years, though, damn, that's craziness right there. And what did they get, Jen? What big financial bonus did they get? What award did they win for doing 50 years? I know they must have got something, right? Ms. Jenner says, right, Blizz? That's just way too much. Madeline Nilla, thank you. Sis CK, thank you. Ecclesity says, hi. Hello, Ecclesity. Laminia Yamali says, I've been here before. I believe you. I think you might have changed your name. Did you change your name, Laminia Yamali? Because you're wearing blue, so I know I've got you moderator, but I don't remember that name. Brother Kamal says, Blizzard, a damn good point, Blizzard. If anything bugs me, I look at certain folks wearing a badge, yet I got denied. This is exactly what I'm saying, bro. Exactly what I'm saying. And you could put this on any career path. Teacher, doctor. You can put it on any career path. And you think to yourself, if this fool got in here, come on, man. That's what I'm saying. You can't just assume because somebody does a certain profession or job that they're special somehow. Because again, who maybe they were desperate. They need to hire people. Who knows? There's no telling. Lamin Yamali says, Sisco, I've got a World Cup. Sisco, I've got a World Cup before Cristiano. How did you get a World Cup? Who is this? Who is this? I demand to know. BOI says, hey, Lamin Yamali. Yeah. Blizzard says, gotta bounce, take care all, catch on the rebound. Blizzard, thank you, brother. Thank you for the 10 gift memberships, guys. Once again, Blizzard comes through with the 10 gift memberships, man. Appreciate you, brother. Let me put my Coke down. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Have a great rest of your evening. Take care. Get some rest. Make sure you're getting your rest, Blizzard. Don't want to see you get burned out, brother. Thank you. Laminia Molly says, BIY, hello. Brother Kamal says, Blizzard, salute. Mamlin Nills with the stopwatch. Ms. Jern says, Blizz, take care. Big Russ says, take care, Blizz. Laminia says, bye, Blizz. Excuse me. Laminia Molly says, Mark Cucurella's son is a hero. I don't know who that is. Brother Kamal says, good idea, comrade. The overshadow of the spectrum is what inspired my channel. I know this, brother. And like I said, I would love to just, just a short conversation. I'd love to hear you talk about it, man. BOI says, bye, Blizzard. Lamignani says, adios, Blizz. Says CK, thank you. Big Russ says, like Kamal, no one has told me this news before today. Wait, like Kamal, no one has told me this news before today. Wait, which news? BGBG here, host. I need a shower now. Sis CK, thank you. Take your time, sis. Appreciate you. Russ is crying. Wait, what are we talking about there? Football Edit says Lamine Yamal in stream is crazy. I don't know who Lamine Yamal is. Football Edits. Is that you, Football Edits? Because you just showed up and they just showed up. I don't know. I'm suspicious. Toontide Products says I return. Okay. Football Edit says, by the way, I'm back. Welcome back, Football Edits. And then Gigi shows up. Hi, I've been on my phone with Pookie every time you go live, so it takes me a bit. Who the hell is Pookie? Drum King says, sup, man? What's up, Drum King? Toontime Productions says, I return. I heard you. Heard you. Football says, hi, Toontide. Ms. Jones says, a certificate presented at the boards and maybe a luggage set for doing 50 years. Oh, hell no. Hell no. If somebody told you, hey, just do an extra 20 years on top of that 30 you're already doing, and I guarantee you'll get a certificate and some luggage. Maybe Matt would probably be the only person to accept that right now because he needs some damn luggage. But other than that, nobody is going to stick around for some damn luggage. 50 years, you get some damn luggage. I would throw that luggage in their face. Two-Time Protect says, hi, Football Edits. Handle says, hello, Handle, welcome back. Two-Time Protect says, I'm back again. Handle says, like 44. Thank you, Handle, for that. Appreciate you. Football Edits says, Lamine Yamal is a professional footballer who plays for Spain. He's 19. Oh, okay, nice. Okay, yeah, I don't know all the players' names on Spain. I have no idea what their names are. But I don't think that that's him. Handle says, how are you? I'm good. I'm doing good. Thank you. Thank you for the hearts. Toon Tide, you're killing me. Madeline Neal, thank you. Toon Tide says, I appeared yesterday. Awesome. Handle says, hi, Grace. Brother Kamal says, not to mention the doggone politics I've been advised about in law enforcement. That alone would have made me an outcast. It's not just law enforcement. That's everywhere, man. I mean, there's a certain set of, I'm sure, special stuff that they got going on there, but it's the same everywhere. I mean, anywhere you go. And again, that's another thing I told my kids. It's just, when you're going throughout your career, understand that there's more going on than meets the eye. You may think, oh, I work hard. I show up to work on time. I don't get any trouble. I should get this promotion. That's not the only factor, man. And it's not always fair. There's always politics in every work setting, every single one. Somebody's kid comes in. Now they want to push them up the ladder. Or this person likes this person. That's their buddy. They went to high school together. Or they're banging or whatever. There's always things that are going on that are outside of your view. Or even if you are aware of them, they're outside of your control. So, I mean, that's everywhere, brother. BOY says, you did Toontide Productions? I don't know Toontide Productions. What is that? Handle says, hello, Belly. Who's Belly? Oh, Believe. For what it says, no one should treat people like a bear because the bears get shot, need to fight for the food that they get. They also need to build houses by themselves. Is that right, Football Edits? Go off then. All right, I'm with it. Handle, thank you for the hearts. Russ says, yeah, come on. I don't think I could have survived law enforcement career. Man, I don't know. I'll tell you what, guys. Like I said, I think anything that you dedicate yourselves 30, 40, 50 years to, if you don't love it, you are going to get burned out. You're going to get burned out. I don't see any other way about it. Even if you're getting paid good money, after a while, you just, that just becomes your lifestyle. You don't think anything of it, but meanwhile, the job is killing you. It's just burning you out. Like I said, as soon as you can, young people, this is my old man advice. As soon as you can, as soon as you start working, make sure you take some portion of your salary and put that into an account, right? Go talk to a tax professional, but Put your money into an account. Start investing your money right now. Particularly if you put it into like a Roth IRA, something that's going to tax it now while you're at a lower tax rate, so that later when you're older, you can withdraw that money tax-free. That's the way to go. You will give yourself the best chance to retire early with just doing that simple thing, investing money right now. Smartest thing, if I could go back in time and tell somebody asked me that, what would you tell yourself? That's what I would tell myself. Hey man, you need to take this money, start investing it right now. You're not gonna miss that money, you're not. Toontide says, I subscribe. Toontide, thank you for that. Handle says, hello football. Mamma Nila, thank you. She says, goal. Football says, I try to be in a short. Try to be in a short? What do you mean you tried to be in a short? You operate in the camera football edits, you could make yourself be in the short. Handle says, my friend football. Toontide says, also bye. All right, Toontide, thank you for the subscribe. Come back. We're here Monday through Thursday. Football edit says, also to remember people. Okay, yeah, for sure. Handle says, how are you, football? Says, I'm good. Big Russ says, seems like there are too many po-po out there that enjoy cracking heads. Yeah, see, and that's another thing. Law enforcement, medical, I think it attracts certain people. You know, certain people tend to go to those jobs. People who like to have control over other people, or who like to be able to, manipulate and do things to other people. Unfortunately, sometimes those kind of people get attracted to those jobs because the sense of power, the sense of authority, and it's no good, man. Unfortunately, and they don't do a good enough job of weeding those people out for sure. Handle says, hi, Russ. Russ says, definitely listen to the investment advice. If you're young, you probably won't, but do yourself a favor. I'm telling you guys, if I could go back and tell myself one thing, it would be that. Invest for your future so you can get out of whatever career path you're in. If you want to get out of it, you can get out of it. Miss Jones says, like and subscribe. Thank you, Miss Jones. Yeah, there was 9 million people in the building. 9 million in the building. We got 46. Like, we only need 4 more, guys. 4 more. If you have not already, please double tap your screen, hit that like button. Help us get to 50. If we get to 50, guys, that rockets us off into the stratosphere of YouTube verse and puts us out there in a way that it just draws more people in for the next time we do a live. YouTube will send more people our way. And that's how you build. So be a part of that. If you want to help our channel, if you really want to help our channel grow, hitting that like button is one of the biggest things you can do for us. Hitting that like button, subscribing. If you do that, man, you're golden. Thank you so much. Handle says 100, 100, 100. Madeline, thank you. Big Russ says, hello, Handle. Handle says, sure, Ms. For what it says, remember to never give up on your dreams, because if you do, you also give up your dreams of doing something big. That's why no one should give up on their dreams. I might be a kid, but I experienced that. Yeah, you don't have to be an adult to understand that. You know, if you have a dream and you really want it, go after it. Go after it. But I will say this for what it's, and again, this is what I told my kids. Have a dream. Go after your dream. But while you're waiting for the dream to materialize, get a job that pays the bills. Get a job that can put a roof over your head, can get you a car if you need a car, can pay for the food that you eat, the electricity that you use, the toilet water, all of those things have to be paid for. So while you're searching for that dream, get that job taken care of. Madeline says, I'm lagging. Am I lagging? No, it doesn't look like I'm lagging. All right. Handle says, how are you, Russ? Brother Kamal says, yes, like the cop who got bullied in school. Yeah, a lot of people are like that. Exactly. And again, like I said, any profession where you have power or authority over other people or control over other people, you're going to always attract a certain amount of people that are like that. They want to have that power over other people. They want to control other people. Let's see. It says, Joy, hello, good morning. How are you? Big Russ says, I'm okay, Handle. How are you? Handle says, thank you, Russ. Cap, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you so much for being here still. Leonilla, thank you. Handle says, my friend Russ. Russ, Handle, do you guys know each other? Football says, guess my job. I don't know, Football edits. Wait, how old did you say you were? Do you have a job? You have a job? Handle says, football with the gold medals. I'm going to take this moment to drink my Coke 0-0. Delicious. Oh, wait, I didn't. Mmm. How's that? You think Coke will see me, guys? You think they'll see me? Football that says, I am a soccer coach. Really? You're a soccer coach. Nice. And what age kids are you coaching? My brother Gel in the building. He says, Sisco, what that booty do? You'll never know, Gel. You'll never know. What's up, Big Gel? How you doing, man? Long time no see. What's really going on? My brother Gel from a Buhai family. Football Edit says, I'm 13. Yeah, I thought you were young, Football Edits. So who are you coaching? Are you coaching like 5, 6, 7-year-olds, something like that? Because yeah, I could see that. Your AJ21 says, I am from India. Where are you from? Shout out India. Salute India. AJ, how are you? We are from the US here. Me and my wife, we're from the US, California. Sis Masi, thank you. Thamsak, thank you, sis. We got 48, guys. We got 48 likes. We just need 2 more. We just need 2 more. We'll hit 50 and we'll just rock it off into the YouTube verse. Thank you, sis Macy. Thank you. Football Edit says, I coached 10 years. Okay, so you're 13, you're coaching 10-year-olds. Is that difficult? Do the 10-year-olds look at you and go, man, you're just 13. You can't tell us what to do. Macy says, good morning. Good morning, sis. How are you, sis Macy? Memily Nilla, thank you. Memily Nilla, you've been here since the beginning. Thank you so much. Big Russ says, I'm doing okay, Handle. Just a bit tired. Just had my 86th birthday party. How are you? You better quit, Russ. Jill says, I'm good. Looks like Adam and Leia are helping a lot of people in the Philippines. Yeah, brother. We are so excited for them. Being retired, we were just talking about being retired. Being retired, my mentors and my friends that retired before me, they always told me, you got to have something that's going to give your life meaning once you retire. My job did not give my life meaning. I'm not like a lot of people where my job was my identity. It never was. It was a means to an end. I made money doing that job, and so that's why I did it. It did not define who I was as a person. It did not give my life meaning. However, that 11, 12 hours a day that I spent getting ready for work, going to work, being at work, and coming home, that has to be replaced with something. You can't just go from 11 hours of activity to nothing and your life is going to be okay. So for me, like I said, one of the things that I was told was give your life, have something that's going to give you meaning. Hobbies and travel and all that stuff, you're not going to always be able to do that all the time. Do something that's going to give your life meaning. So for me, right now, one of the things that I do is my DoorDash, my Uber Eats, and I do that because I want to make money to help my grandson. The way I look at it is if I can do that, which I have the time to do it, if I can do that, I can make that money. I'll put that in an account. When he goes to college, when he's 18, he wants to go to trade school or college, he's going to have tens of thousands of dollars in there at least. I already know this. And so that gives me meaning. That gives my life purpose. Okay. But I also want to travel. I want to spend time with my wife. I have a lot of things that I plan to do. So for me, for Adam and Leia, that is something that I think they are just amazing at. And it just gives their life purpose out there. Just being on vacation, being retired is cool. But when you're actually helping other people, man, I don't think there's too many things that are better than that. I mean, just being able to help other people, man. When you see people have a need and you're able to fill that need, that's about as good as it gets, man. So I'm excited for them. And Joe, did you know that we're going to be out there in December and we're going to be helping them out? Did you know that, Joe? Mason says, welcome. Thank you, sis. BLY says, hi, your AJ21 and Macy. Whoops. Hold on, guys. There we go. Guys, I'm going to be on for about another 5 minutes. So let me read through these comments real quick. Your AJ says, done, 49 likes. Oh, we got 50, guys. Thank you. Man, thank you, guys. We got 11 million in the building, 50 likes. Guys, this has got to be some kind of record. We had 61 yesterday. We got 50 today. I think we had like 48 the day before. I have to go back and check. So, guys, this is what I'm talking about. We're growing. We're building. We're building momentum, guys, and it's all because of you guys. Thank you so much. Every time we hit that 50 mark, we get pushed further and further. YouTube's like, okay, they made 50. Let's see if they can make 100. Let's see if they can make 500. That's how it works, guys. So thank you so much. AJ, appreciate you. Mamanilla, thank you. Miss Jenner says, Russ, happy birthday. Russ is not 86 years old. Hannah says, hello, Gel. Footballer says, the 10 years team is actually listening. Really? Wow, you're lucky. That's good, man. Take advantage. Handle, thank you for the hearts. Ate Frexy, thank you. Thank you for the hearts. Kuya Roger, good morning. Ate Frexy says, Sir Cisco, hello, and Ma'am Jen. Hello, Ate Frexy, good morning. How are you? Happy Friday. Wait, what's today? Yeah, Friday. Happy Friday in the Philippines. Handle says, hello, Frex. Miss Jenner says, Ate Frexy. Jill says, are you putting the savings for your grandbaby in a bank account or an investment account? It's an investment account. It's a 529 account. So strictly an education account. That's all it can be used for. So when he gets to the age where he can go to a trade school, college, whatever, the money will be there. I've been saving since January. And I've got almost $6,000 in there already. So I've been doing pretty good. It's been good. Like I said, all the money that I get from that goes into that account. Well, I take that back. 75% of it goes in. The other 25% I use for gas and taxes. You know, I set that aside for gas and taxes. But 75% of the money that I make doing Uber and DoorDash goes into that 529 account. Yeah, for sure, man. Jill says, thank God for Leia because it would be awkward as hell if it was just Adam in a rural Filipino school. Bro, he'd be under the jail. And they wouldn't care. They wouldn't care if he didn't do anything. It just would be like, nah, bro, jail time. I don't think Adam would go out there by himself if it wasn't for Ate Leia. So he's not crazy. Oh man, Sis Joy, thank you. Mamela Nilla, thank you. Handle with the trophies. Big Russ says, thank Miss Generous. It wasn't really my birthday. I'm not quite 86 yet. Just kidding. Nice of you though. I hope you're doing great. Yeah, see? Russ, taking advantage of Miss Generous like that. How dare you? And she's laughing. DIY says, happy future birthday, Russ. Yeah, happy future birthday, everyone. Happy future birthday, everyone. DIY. Football Edit says, I get paid $15,000, around $1,500 per month. The average is around 40,000 crown, around 4,000. Wait a minute. You're 13 years old. You're getting paid 1,500 USD every month, coaching 10-year-olds in soccer. Football, I call BS on that one. That sounds a little too good to be true. Handle says, happy birthday, Russ. Football says, happy birthday, dear Russ. Everybody says, happy birthday, Russ. Miss Jenner says, Cisco, let's go get ice cream and burgers or steak. Okay, guys, before I go, if you think we should get burgers and ice cream or steak and ice cream, put that in the chat. We're going to get ice cream. That's a given. I don't need your help with that. Okay? I don't need your help with that. But should we get burgers or steaks? Or should we get something else? It's up to you. Put it in the chat. Daniel says, throw the set up. What you talking about, Daniel? Russ says, thank you, BIY and Football Edits. Football says, no problem. You gotta answer my question about that $1,500 Football Edits. I'm curious about that. Handle's throwing sweets out there. Miss Jordan says, in honor of Russ's non-birthday. It's Russ's unbirthday, guys. Happy unbirthday, Russ. If you know what that's from, if you know what that saying is from, unbirthday, put that in the chat. I know only 2 people might come up with that. Two. If more than 2 come up with that, if more than 2 do that, I'll stand up and do a 360. That's what I'm gonna do. I know only 2 people know what that refers to when they say happy unbirthday. Let's see. Mamela Nilla, thank you. Full Buddy says, Cisco, I coach 5, 6-year-olds. What? But are you getting 1,500 USD though? Come on, bro. Okay, Full Buddy says steak or get a hot dog. I don't know about the hot dog. LOL, Miss Generous from Russ. Russ says steak, says the vegetarian. Okay, we got 2 steaks. All right. Although a vegetarian burrito sounds kind of good, Russ. We go to this place, this Mexican place that has vegetarian burrito. It's amazing. I am not a vegetarian. My daughter's a vegetarian. But I just can't see myself being a vegetarian unless I absolutely had to for medical reasons. I just love eating steaks. I love eating pork chops. But there is a vegetarian burrito that I love at this place. It's awesome. Sis Joy, thank you. Mamela Nilla, thank you. For what it says, mash and meatballs. It could be good. Mr. Mountain says, Nayoa was right. I don't know what you're talking about. Momoa? I don't know. Momoa was all wrong. Momoa put his stinky armpit on my back. I'll never forget that. But that's a whole other story. But guys, we got 14 million, 15 million to build. We got 51 likes. Thank you guys once again. All my regular peeps that come in here, can't thank you guys enough, man. You guys are what make this channel fun. You guys are what make this channel what it is. You know, thank you guys. Really appreciate you. If you haven't already, we're gonna head out right now. If you haven't already, please double tap your screen, hit that like button. We're at 51. Thank you guys so much for that. That puts us at another level on YouTube. And, you know, we're just going to start attracting more and more people in here. So I just want to thank you guys for that. We're trying to grow our channel. And as we grow our channel, we're trying to help and grow other channels as well. So if you can, if you're in blue, make sure you're clicking on other people's channels. As you watch our live stream, click on other people's channels and go check out their channel. Leave the live stream. Go look at their channel. Hit a subscribe for them and then come back. It's that simple. That way we all grow, guys. So thank you guys very much. Football Edit says churros. Churros sounds good with butter. Yeah. Football Edit says, I mean Nutella. Delicious. Russ says, it's hard to be a healthy vegetarian. You know, it's just too much work to me, man. Because you have to organize your food in a certain way where you're getting all your ingredients, all your nutrition, and all that stuff. I don't know if I can do it. Football Edit says, or if it's not, yeah, Nutella's amazing. Ms. Jones says, 52. Thanks for hopping on, everyone. Yep, 52. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. We're going to head out. I'm going to go feed Ms. Generous. And just want to tell you guys, again, thank you so much. Don't forget to be kind to yourself. Give yourself a little bit of grace today. Be kind to others and give grace to those who deserve it, please, as well. Spread positivity. Spread love to everybody else out there. It's up to us, guys. The world that we live in, it's up to us what kind of world we want to live in. If you want to live in a world that has more positivity, you have to be more positive. If you don't like the negativity, if you don't like all the bad crap that's going on in the world, do the best that you can in your little corner of the world to make it the best place that you can. Be kind, be positive. Real quick, Ms. Jenner says, if he's your vibe, yeah, guys, if we're your vibe, please subscribe. Please subscribe. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell to all so that you get all the notifications for whenever we post a video, we post a short, whenever we're going live. Please do that if you wouldn't mind. And says Joy, thank you so much. Football Edit says, in Sweden, steak is called kot. Okay, well, go have some kot, because we're probably going to have some right now, too. It's like skot. Oh, that clears it up. Skot is like kot. Okay. Football Editors, we don't know what the heck you're talking about. You need to post a video showing what those are so we know what you're talking about. Handle, thank you for the hearts. Brother Kamal, peace, brother. Thank you. Handle says, how are you, Joy? Okay, guys, I'm going to go. 14 million in the building. Thank you all. 51 likes. Man, can't ask for much more than that, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Philippines, have a great rest of your day. Everywhere else,